Hello, I'm Nora, and welcome back to Novels with Nora. Today, we are taking on a big task. I am going to be organizing my bookshelves. Now, this is something that I don't enjoy doing. I'm gonna be so honest with you. It is exhausting, it makes me angry, and I always get dusty and dirty. So I wouldn't have these problems if I did it more frequently, but I don't because I know I don't like doing it. So today I'm going to be taking all of the books off of these shelves, rearranging them, and then putting them back on, because what I've done in the past is just, like, you see how these stacks of books? I would just fit them into any open spaces on the shelves, which is what happened on this shelf, which is why I don't like it, because nothing is organized, nothing is neat, everything is just thrown in there wherever. And today, we put an end to that. So I put on a t-shirt, took off my sweatshirt because I know I'm gonna get hot and sweaty, got my hair up out of my face and off my neck because again, know I'm gonna get sweaty. Feeling a little Cinderella-esque, but I think that's a good thing. So we are gonna tackle this. First, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you like a brief little overview of my shelves as they currently are, so you can see what we're dealing with, and then we'll go from there. I also need to decide if I'm gonna do anything to the tops of my shelves. I should probably dust those too, but like I don't want to. So we'll see. I'll save that for the end and we'll decide, because what's up there right now doesn't really need to come down. So first, I'm going to give you a brief overview of my shelves and tell you about what we have going on. Starting at the top of this shelf, we have all of my ARCs that when I worked at the public library, we had a shelf that we just always had ARCs. And so I would just take them, and some of them got sent to me. So I need to figure out what to do with the ones I don't want. And then moving down, I have this shelf. This is where things just get slotted in when I don't have a space for them elsewhere. And then down another shelf, I have my like thriller mystery. It's what it started as, and now it's kind of a little bit of everything, like some new books here. We have a little bit of space here, but not a whole lot. And also you can see the dust. Oh! And then this shelf, yeah, this shelf, she's kind of suffering. We have my Twin Crowns collection, which I absolutely love, but the rest of the shelf needs some work. And then down one more, you can't really see because my nightstand is covering it. We have, again, just some more random stuff. Needs some help. And then the shelf that's on the very bottom are like my childhood books, like things that I read when I was younger and really loved, and then some like Star Wars and Marvel comic books and such. And then coming back up to the top here, we have We Hunt the Flame and We Free the Stars, and then my Poppy War books, which are out of order, so I do need to fix that. Excuse my finger. And then some more like high fantasy books, and then some trinkets. And then coming down, I have my one favorite shelf. I think this just needs to be a little rearranged to make it work better for me. And then another favorite shelf with, that's a puzzle. That should not be there. And then a stack of books that needs to get put away. And then the shelf down, we have, these are mostly my special editions, and then just like some random stuff in the middle, and then my Samantha Shannon books with another stack of books that needs put away. And then this shelf here is, again, just some random stuff that I didn't have anywhere else for, so it ended up there. And then the very bottom shelf, which probably won't change, are my nonfiction and then romance books. So now you've seen what we are working with. It's slightly less than ideal, yes, but that is what we're here today to fix. And before we get started, I feel the need to not clarify, but like, I have a gripe with these shelves, okay? This one here, this is the first bookshelf that I had, and I absolutely love it. The shelves are evenly spaced. It's perfect. And then I ran out of space on this shelf, so my parents so kindly bought me a second bookshelf, which is this one. And we thought we were buying another of this same one. We were not. This one, as you can tell, the shelves don't line up, which really bothers me, but there's not a way to make them line up, because this one, this middle shelf that you can't really see, but the middle shelf is built in. You cannot move that one. So the other, like the top two and then the bottom two have to move according to that. So I can't make the shelves line up. So this shelf that's like this one right here below this one is ginormous. So it's just like a waste of space. So I have to like stack them, like how I have this stack. I have to do that because the shelf is so tall that to actually make use of the space, there have to be stacks. And I don't like the way that looks. But as you noticed, I have quite a few stacks because my books don't really fit on the shelf. So we're gonna have some stacks still, but hopefully if you saw my last video, it was a book unhaul, hopefully things will start to fit. And I fear that by taking everything out and like really having to figure out where things go, I'm gonna realize that there's more I could have gotten rid of, but that is not a current me problem. That's a future me problem. So I already started by taking all the trinkets off of my actual shelves. I have a lot, so that was fun. But now I need to actually take all the books off and then dust. So I think that's going to be a time lapse for you. So I will catch you once they're all off and you can see my empty shelves, and once the floor is covered in books. Wish me luck. All the books are now off the shelves. I have not seen them empty in a very long time. And all of the books are everywhere out here. Look at this. This is why I hate doing this. I don't like this. Alrighty, bookshelves are empty. They're quite dusty, so I got a little rag and I'm just gonna go through and dust them all. And now you get to watch me dust, and maybe we'll chit chat. Taking all the books off the shelves, I feel like is always the hardest part. So at least that's done. I always think it's the hardest part until I have to go to put them back on and I'm like, oh, no, that's the hardest part. So we'll see. I kind of want to put them back similar to how I had at least these two shelves. I was thinking originally that I wanted to do it so it was like this shelf had all the books that I've already read and this shelf had the books that I'm yet to read, so that when I'm looking for something to read, I can go here. However, I realized I have series where I've read like one or two and then haven't read the last one. And I don't really want to split up my series. So I have to figure out how I want to go about doing that. While I was taking the books off, the shelves were making this like kind of creepy creaking sound. So, you know, that doesn't bode super well for us, but I think we're okay. This shelf, because it's a much darker wood, shows the dust so much more. So this one always just looks worse. It's also, this one feels like it's probably still particle board, but it feels and looks a lot nicer, where this one is like very cheap and you can see it wobbling just when I like gently touch it. So this one scares me. I don't love this shelf, and if I had, you know, limitless monies, I'd try and find another one of these. I feel like everyone on booktube has like the white IKEA Billy bookcases, and that's what I wanted, but some of them they're sold out like everywhere, and there's also no IKEA close to me. The closest one is like 2 hours away, so I got these Target ones. And also, at the time, all of the furniture in my room was a dark wood like these. Like I have my great-grandma's dresser, and it's a dark wood, so these match really nicely. But sometimes I feel a little left out. I'm gonna be honest with you. Everyone has those nice white bookshelves that makes their rooms look so nice and light and airy, and because mine are so dark, when it's like not incredibly sunny outside, it's really hard to film over here because it's just, they're so dark. And then all the books on there also makes it even darker. But first world problems, am I right? Okay, so now the shelves have been dusted and I have to start putting the books back on. Okay, so I think, I don't know how I want to do this. I'm gonna be so real with you. I don't know. I'm looking at all the books on the floor here. I don't know how I want to do this. I would like to divide it by read and unread, but then my series, what do I do with those? I wish I could ask you in real time, because I simply don't know. You know, I might make a TikTok or like a little Instagram reel and be like, help. Because I simply don't know. I still want to have like my favorite shelves because I really like that, but do I do read and unread and just keep all the series together even if I hadn't read them? I have two in mind in particular. It's The Darkness Outside Us and then The Brightness Between Us. I've read Darkness Outside Us, haven't read Brightness Between Us, but I want to keep them together. I don't want to separate them, so I just keep them together anyway. And then Six Crimson Crowns and The Dragon's Promise I read, but I haven't read the like companion novel, Her Radiant Curse, which I guess that one I technically could put on the other shelf because it's like a companion and not a direct sequel. Also, I'm sweating. I turned the heat down, but I'm still quite hot. So, I don't know. I'm gonna take a minute to ponder. I'll probably post on my short forms. Shout out me. You should follow me on TikTok and Instagram at Novels with Nora. I post really great content over there. Go follow. So I think I'm gonna post there really quick and just see if I can get some feedback, because like, I'm a big girl. I can do this myself. I can make my own decisions, let me be clear. However, I'm very indecisive. Like, it takes me forever to make a decision, and with all these books on the floor, I can't take forever. I need to know kind of soon, especially because they're all like in the hallway outside of my room. I can't keep them there when people get home, so I don't know. We'll have to see. But I will think on this, catch my breath, cool down, and then come back to you. Okay, I posted on Instagram and TikTok, and we'll see if I get any responses. I genuinely just would like a second opinion, truly. Usually I'd ask my mom, but she's not here. Can you believe it? In my time of need, my mommy isn't here. Disgusting. Love you, Mom. Anyway, so I'm sitting here on the floor. I got a little cushion because I have hardwood floors and I don't want to be sitting on that. And I think I am just going to divide them by what I've read and what I haven't read, since that is what I originally wanted to do. So I'm going to divide them like that, and then from there figure out what I want to do. However, the books are taking up like all of the floor space, so I don't know where I'm going to be able to actually put them once I sort them. But I'll figure it out. I've done this before. I have like twice as many books since the last time I did this, but I'll figure it out. Okay, so I guess I'll try and have you see as much of this as you can, but I really don't know. I'm on the floor. You're right now resting on the stack of book that I need to sort, so not sure how much of this you'll be able to see, but I'm probably gonna put on a little YouTube video and watch Books and Lala posted today. If you're new to my channel, I am Books and Lala's biggest fan. Truly, I love her so much. She doesn't know this, and it's like kind of a parasocial relationship, but truly her biggest fan. So I'm gonna watch her new video while I sort through all of these books and hope that I keep my sanity. So I will check in with you. Maybe I'll find a spot for you to sit. We'll try that. Okay, so yes, I'm wearing sweatpants. Would you want to do this in jeans? I don't think so. And yeah, they're blue. They're cute, okay? So this is the angle I've figured out. Look at this. It's kind of cinematic. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, anyway. I think most of these are unread, but I'm just gonna start sorting them. Yeah, this whole stack is okay, so here's the other thing. Okay, this is my special edition of Carval, which I've read, so it should go on the red shelf. I don't know why I made it seem like that was a problem. Okay, and then this jack. Here is where we encounter our first problem. My Illumicrate copies of She Who Became the Sun and He Who Drowned the World. I want them to stay together because they look so good together. Have not read the second one, but I think for now I'm just going to keep series together. I think that's going to be how I go about it. My other fear is that these stacks are going to get so big that they're just going to topple over, but we're going to do our best to prevent that. Okay. Alrighty. I also fear that I'm going to barricade myself in, but that is simply a problem for another day. Okay, so next problem that I've already encountered. I love being me. We have my Samantha Shannon books, which is this stack here. I have 2 copies each of The Priory of the Orange Tree and A Day of Fallen Night because I have the regular editions, and then I also have the Broken Binding, I think it was, editions that have sprayed edges and like beautiful, oh my god, beautiful stunning gorgeousness, and I'd like to keep them together. So these ones I think I don't have any problem with keeping together because it's, again, following my series thing. However, I also have the Bone Season by Samantha Shannon, and I really like the way they look together. I'm thinking that they'll have the same cover artist. Let's see, Carmen and Yvonne for that one, and David and Yvonne. So the cover illustrator, Ivan Belikov, doing his big one with these. So I'm not going to keep them together for now. I can always decide later to do that. Okay, so then, these books are so huge. Okay, I'll do this little stack in here. I've read these 2, this one, and these 2. Do you hear my bracelets? I've recently got these. I've been wanting like bangles, and I absolutely love them. I love the sound they make. They wake my dog up every time, but that's okay. Wow, you're really getting closed in there. Okay, and then this whole big stack that you see here, I've read. This whole stack on the other side of that, I've read. Ugh. Okay, gonna have to take these bags down because they're in the way. Ugh. Okay, this stack, I've read all of these. I maybe didn't think this through all the way, climbing around all this stuff on the floor, but you know, I'm doing my best. Oh my god, I just realized you're resting on a stack of books, and I'm gonna have to sort through those books. I'll save those for the end. Okay, Threads That Bind. Her Radiant Curse, I decided I am going to put on the unread shelf because it's not technically in the same duology, so it can go with the unread stuff. But then I'm going to keep Brightness Between Us and Darkness Outside Us together. Also, the covers go together so well. I cannot bear to separate them. Okay, and then, yeah, I've read everything else over here. Okay. And then everything up here, most of these are new that I have not read. I, again, don't want to barricade the door, just like safety reason. But let's see, I've read this, and then I decided I'm keeping series together, right? Yes, I did. Okay. So then these are going to stay with the red stuff, which is literally just everything else. And then all of this is unread, and I'm just going to keep it there. Oh, now we venture to the books that are in the hallway, and you're just going to have to watch me pull them in from there because I'm realizing that I'm not doing a very good job at keeping them separate. But this stack here and this one next to it are unread. Everything else is read, except these up here on the little bench that are unread. Okay, let's reach for the next stack. I'm gonna have to crawl my way out there. These are both read, and then this whole stack here is unread. I just know this is the most flattering video I've ever made. Like, truly, me climbing all around. I just know I look so good in this video. Don't tell me otherwise. It'll hurt my feelings. Oh, I fell off my cushion. Okay. Okay, we have one red book from this stack. Oh, good Lord. You know what I think I'm actually gonna do? Heartless by Marissa Meyer, fantastic book. I have read that. I think I'm going to take all the ones that I've read and put them up on the shelves, same with these two stacks of unread, so that I can pull the ones from the hallway in. Okay, so give me 1 second while I do that. Okay, so I ended up getting all of the books back onto my shelves, sorted by read, and unread. And now I need a break, okay? I'm out of breath, I'm sweaty again. This is why I hate doing this. Also, I want to change into shorts, but then I know I'm gonna get cold. Also, if I have to get on the floor, then my bare legs are touching the hardwood floor. There's no winning in this game of evil rearranging the books. Also, I realized I have kind of a disproportionate number of read versus unread books. I thought it was like significantly more unread than read. And now I'm not sure, but like there's just a lot of books, okay? So I got them all on there, and I do think I want to sort by genre. So I think I'm going to actually watch my Books and Lala video and then, you know, hydrate and then get back up and do that again once I cool down. So that's your update. I will catch you again once I have cooled down. Oh, the mail's coming. Oh, it looks like we're getting something fun. Oh, okay. Hopefully it's not more books. I also just realized the book that I'm currently reading, The Stardust Thief, absolutely eating this up, truly loving it a lot. And there's another book up there that I just got from the thrift store. Have to find places on the shelf. At least I realized before I finished. This happens a lot of the time. Pretty much every time in the past when I've done my bookshelves, I forget about the book that I'm actively reading, and then there's not a space for it. But that won't happen this time because I remembered. Also, read this book. It's really good. And the sequel comes out this year. Yeah, I'm real excited. I thought I knew, this is becoming an impromptu slight review of this book. I thought I knew where it was going, and then I was reading it this morning and my jaw was dropped. That does not happen very often, but I was sitting there like every page. Truly, what I thought was going to happen might still happen, but a wrench has been thrown into the plans and I am eating it up. Chelsea Abdullah. Yeah, you did your big one with this, and I cannot wait to read the sequel, even though I'm not done with this one yet because I simply need more. Okay, now I'm actually going to watch my video and cool down, and then probably get the mail and feel the fresh air coming in on me when I do that, and then I'll get back up and start doing more. So I will catch you then. Okay, I actually ended up watching 2 YouTube videos because my other favorite YouTuber, Sarah Ray Vargas, also posted about her no-buy, and I really enjoyed watching that. So it's gotten a little bit darker, just the nature of living here. It's gonna get dark really early. But I've cooled down. I'm actually kind of chilly now, and I know that's gonna stop so soon. But okay, so I have back on, you see it looks kind of similar. On this shelf I have all of my read books, and on this shelf I have all of my unread books. And I think I'm going to start with the read books because I know them a little bit better, and I'm going to sort by genre and just go through and see what we can do. I do feel like I have a lot more space now that I've gotten rid of things, so we shall see. I also might make a pile of things that it's like if I don't read it in the next few months, it needs to go, because there's a few books that have been clinging on for dear life and have made it through the last several bookshelf cleanouts and reorganizations, and I just feel like if they're not getting read, they need to go. And then I have a few things like these two by Dot Hutchinson, The Butterfly Garden and The Roses of May. I started the series. I read the third one, have not read the fourth one. I'm never going to buy the rest of them. I don't want to reread them either because they're so incredibly traumatic, like really great books, incredibly traumatic. I don't know that I necessarily want to keep these. So I think I'm going to make a stack. I have like a little shelf over there that I can put books into, like not for display because it's not going to work. It's like one of those like cube cubby shelves that's not super great for actually like displaying books, but I have like a bin that I can like stack them in. I feel like if they're not on my shelf and I'm not like looking at them, I'm not going to want to keep them, right? And I feel like these two should have gone in when I did my book unhaul, but they didn't. So now they're just taking up space on the shelf again. And I think I am just going to put them away for my next unhaul because truly, I don't feel the need to hold on to these because I don't want to reread this. For a time, I thought that I might, just like knowing how it ends, want to go back and reread it. I don't want to put myself through that again. At the time, I was really into these like dark, gritty stories, and in a sense and in a way I still am, but not quite like this. If you've read this, you know this is rough, and I don't think I want to put myself through that again. So I think that these are gonna go, which really sucks because I looked high and low to actually find these in the first place. But so I will update you as I go if there are other books similar to this that I'm gonna put aside. And then there's also some that I think my brother might have more interest in reading than I do. Hey King, I know you're watching. So like my F.T. Lukens books, I'm pretty sure he's interested in reading those. And if you've seen any of my past videos talking about F.T. Lukens as an author, I really love their books. They just all kind of feel the same, and I don't feel the need to keep them, especially when they're taking up this much space on my shelf. And I know my brother wants to read them, so I might just pass those off to him to get the space back on my shelves and give them to him so that he can actually read them. But we'll see. Is this something that you want to see? Do you want to see me go through and sort by genre? Also, sorting by genre is going to be so silly because I read mostly fantasy, so what I own is mostly fantasy. Like this whole top shelf, yeah. Besides like this one, this is sci-fi, I guess. But I don't know that I have enough to make that like a full dedicated. I guess I technically do. Huh. Okay, well let me just start on this top shelf. These are all fantasy. This is sci-fi. This here, I don't even know what genre this is, like I think it's still technically fantasy, but it doesn't quite feel the same. This is another one though. Oh, it's a special edition. I think I'm gonna, oh wow, it's really fancy. I'm gonna see if my brother wants that one, so I'll put that aside. I think this one also should have, I know my brother wants to read this and that's why I held on to it, but I don't want to keep it, so I'm gonna give that one to him. That opens up space. So then that's all fantasy. Just for now, I'm gonna do that. This is sci-fi. This has been in the wrong place for a very long time. This is Colton Haynes' memoir, Miss Memory Lane. Incredibly fantastic. It's really short, but like gripping, and like his voice is so strong. I need to put this on my nonfiction shelf. It shouldn't be anywhere else. So that needs to go all the way down there. Okay, and then we have more sci-fi. This is fantasy. That needs to go up there. Now, should I sort my fantasy by like type of fantasy? I think I should. I think I'd enjoy that. Okay, so then these are like, I think I'm also gonna classify these as sci-fi, I think. So that's gonna go with this. And then I have these two, and then these two. Okay, so Dead Silence and Ghost Station are technically horror, I would say, but they fit more in my, I don't have like enough books to make a full horror section. So these are gonna go with my sci-fi. And then I only have one more fantasy down here, so I'll just put that up there. I don't know, girlies, because this isn't all gonna fit here. Okay, I'm gonna work on this a little and get back to you because you don't need to see all my confusion, but I'll update you when I'm done with this, or when I've made some progress and figure out what even I'm doing. Okay, I am happy to announce, hold on, get my pillow out of the way. Happy to announce that my read books are now all on the shelf. So starting here, I just have the taller ones. This is all fantasy up here. So I have my taller ones. That's really the only way I did it. And then these two are by the same author. And then we have the 3 Dark Crowns. I'm realizing now that I need to reorder those. They're all out of order. What even order do they go in? Okay. I think that's right. I have not read these books in a while, but I love them a lot. Okay, so there's that. And then just some more fantasy. And then I have all of my like Asian inspired fantasies down here, leaving room because I will be getting Strike the Zither. Absolutely. And then Her Radiant Curse also will need to go in there eventually, but I don't plan on reading that anytime soon, so that's not a concern at this present moment. And then starting here, I have my like sci-fi space books. And then, so it's like, I guess these two should, I don't know. These are all technically sci-fi, but they all feel very different. So I don't really know which order. I think I'm going to reorder this. That feels right. Because then it goes from like, these ones are just tall, so they have to go first. I can't have them in the middle. And then it's more like horror-y, and then it just is kind of like fun. And then these, I don't even know how to describe these books. We have like, I think I'm gonna move these two actually. So it's like zombies, and then murder, and then freak, and then lesbian with ghosts, and then freak, and then more freak, and then Plain Bad Heroines, My Beautiful Beloved. She's taller than the other ones. Yes, that does bother me, but she doesn't belong over here. So for right now, she's here, and we'll see if that ends up being the case. And then, oh, okay, crazy angle. Down on this shelf, I did my Twin Crowns series. They're all just stacked up. Okay, so hold on. Those books, stunning, beautiful, gorgeous. I have 3 editions of each book because they're about twins, and Waterstones did this crazy thing where each book that got released had a special edition for each twin. So like, that's why there's 2 of each. I separated them, but let me pull them out so you can see better. So there's 2 of each. So there's this one, and then this one are together, and then this one and this one, and then this one and this one, because I did one for each twin. So it's Rose and Ren, and they're absolutely stunning, and I simply had to have them. And then I just have the regular paperback editions, or the hardcover editions as well. So that's what's going on there. And then I have my editions of the Roots of Chaos series. So we have 2 Pride of the Orange Tree, 2 Day of Fallen Night, and then my special editions of She Who Became the Sun and He Who Drowned the World, and then special edition. These are all special editions, I'm realizing, this whole shelf. So it stayed my special edition shelf. How cutesy. Also crazy that I have enough to fill a whole shelf. The consumer in me was popping off at the time. I apologize for that. And then Lore, The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea, Year of the Reaper, and then Jade, Fire, Gold. And I need to talk about this book. Okay, have you read this? Please, someone tell me that they've read this book, because the way it ended, it felt like a cliffhanger. It felt like we were setting up another book, and there has been no news about any sequel. That's why I'm clinging on to it. Like, I enjoyed it, but like not enough to hold on to it for this long. But I swear, a sequel has to be coming. The way it ended, I feel like there has to be a sequel. So I've clung on to it because I swear something's gonna happen, and I'm gonna have the book when it does. And then I don't think I can tilt too far. Oh, look at that, you can. Is this angle crazy? It feels crazy, but it's really working. Here, this stack are all my thrillers and mysteries. So there's only 2 authors in that stack. Samantha Downing and Diana Urban are the main authors there. And then I have 3 fantasy paperbacks up here. And then just some more fantasy down here. Plus my illustrated edition of Hunger Games. They just announced today that they're doing Catching Fire too. Deceased. So then more fantasy here that I have read, but, you know, not quite feeling like it needs to be up on these shelves. And then again, the bottom shelf. Oh, okay. What's her name? Vanna White. Vanna White who? Ooh. We have nonfiction and then romance down there. Those are all my read books. And now I have to work on this. And I do think there's significantly more unread books. However, this shelf down here, this one here, is ginormous. It's so tall. I can fit so many books in there. So I'm not overly concerned, and then I'll move on to the top and organizing that. So this took me kind of a little while. So I'll see you again once I get those done. Okay, my shelves are completely put back together. They are looking so good. I'm just looking at them in there. They look so good, truly. I'm just gonna step aside so you can see. This is the new background that you'll be looking at when I do my videos. How exciting. I think it looks so good. I'm gonna have to put something up here so that this is a case that I'm gonna probably put Calico Critters in, but so I don't want that to stay up there. But I took We Hunt the Flame and We Free the Stars, and I put them down over here. Oh, you can kind of see them just because I think they fit really nicely right there. So I have some space up here now too, which is pretty exciting, but I absolutely love the way my shelves look. I will say there's one thing I'm not super happy with, and that's this big chunk right here that has no color, and that's simply because all of these spines are just black with white text. When I had it before, I took it and I did like a facing out like this, and I might end up changing it back to that just because I really don't love the way that looks, unless I stand like right here, but then I'm not in the center. So I don't know, we'll have to see. But you'll notice I already have some of my little trinkets back in there. That's because I need to get bookends. I don't have bookends. My mom got me these two little geese. There's a big one that I use as a bookend down by my nonfiction shelf, and then this little one I put here with this little plant, because if they're not there, the book simply will fall over. So my next step are simply to put all of the things back on there, and then the shelves are looking pretty good. So I'm gonna take some pictures of what they look like so that you can see a before and after, because let me tell you, it's so much better. And then I'm gonna put all of my little trinkets back on in a new order, and then we'll go from there. Also, remember when I was talking about like I need to not forget putting this on there, and I won't this time because I talked about it. Do you see a space for this book? Because I don't. I don't. So I'll have to figure that out. There's technically some space. It's not gonna fit there. I'll figure it out. I'm sure I will. But some changes that I made. I ended up reordering these books. I put Her Radiant Curse in here because it just fit. Like I had a space, so I figured why not. And then I reordered some of these. And then over on this side, up here, I really liked how I had this shelf. It was mainly fantasy and I kept it that way. And then this shelf has some more just like random stuff. Like this is a Star Wars novel, a horror, vampire, and then this side are all of my weird girl books that I'm getting into. So like Botanical Daughter, Big Swiss, Carmilla, I Have Never Known Men, Ripe, Woman Eating, Bunny, The Honey Witch, Come and Get It, We Ride Upon Sticks, and Slewfoot. So none of them really fit together 100%, I don't think, but they work together when there's all of them. And then down here I have more special editions and then fantasy. And then this shelf are books that I want to get to, but I don't absolutely love, and I don't think I'll get to anytime soon. So they're just in the shelf that you see the least, so that, which I feel like, you know, maybe I shouldn't have done that, because if I'm not getting to them, I should probably put them in like a highly visible area, but I don't want to look at them. So they're down there. So that's what we have there. And I am absolutely in love with my shelves. Truly, it was worth it. I know I complained through the entire process, but it was genuinely worth it. So now I'm going to take my picture, put the trinkets back on, and catch you later. The shelves are complete. You can see my trinkets on there, specifically Purple Pie Man creeping in the background. Oh, I love that a lot. I've got my Calico Critters up in the two corners. This is fantastic. I absolutely love the way my shelves look. I'm very happy with the final product. I'll step back so you can see again. My current filming setup does not really allow for a great view of like all of my shelf, but I'll do like a little, we can do a trinket tour. That's what we're gonna do. Okay, give me a second. I'll give you a trinket tour and we'll go through the shelves. So starting up here, we have my Midnight Cat Calico Critter family and my Remy the Ratatouille little Funko Pop here. And then I'm just gonna gloss over that like it didn't just happen. Some fantasy novels, and then down here we have my vintage Purple Pie Man figurine with his little bird, and there's another little bird in the plant. I think that's so cutesy. And then the little goose bookend, and then another vintage strawberry shortcake with custard. How cutesy. And then down on this shelf we just have some special editions, and then this little rainbow frog shoved in the corner. How I love him a lot. He's so soft too. And then down here I have this little frog ceramic figure, and then this little like bobbly head frog. Cutesy, cutesy. And then coming back up over here, I have these two frogs up at the top, and then my High Branch Giraffe Calico Critter family, and then my Peppa Pig collection. And then down here I have, oh, that looks so pretty. I love that a lot. This little rainbow little bum bums, love her. And those are all my trinkets. As you can tell, I have a lot of little trinkets and I love trinkets. Oh my god, I can show you the trinkets that are up here. Okay, so this one that you can kind of see, it is another bum bums disco ball. I feel like it's supposed to be more stuffed than this, but it's not, and I love her so much. And then up here we have one of my prized possessions. It's this teapot. I believe it's, yeah, Mary Ann Baker was like the line that they did, and they're all just frogs. I have a mug too. It's in the other room. Okay, I didn't lose it. And she's just so cutesy with her little apron, so she goes up here. And then I have a little baby Yoda and then two little dogs. That's like me and my brother, because one has a little bow and one doesn't, because it's a boy. So there's that. But boys can wear bows too. And then over here, I just have my books, and then this little goose right here, and then this, let me bring her down. A vintage in the box sour grapes figure in a fancy case that my dad got me. Yeah, gagged. I know, I'm so cool. I'm the coolest girl ever. So those are my trinkets and those are my shelves. I was gonna say I had a great time doing this. I didn't. I got hot and sweaty. And I don't love doing that, but they look really great now and I'm really happy with the end product. And hopefully I won't have to do this again anytime soon. Thank you so much for watching, truly. If you commented on my Instagram or TikTok, let me know. If you follow me on Instagram or TikTok, let me know. I'm a lot of fun, I promise. Like, I'm so much fun. You should definitely follow me everywhere. I'm just so much fun. But I had actually a pretty good time doing this and I really, really love the way they turned out. So thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe even. I post a lot. I post good stuff, I promise. And I will see you again next week. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Toodaloo!